Peace, family. Welcome to the Man to Man episode with your brother Steve Jones featuring my brother 19 Keys. Man, how you
peace to the
feeling
God,
today?
man. Oh, I
Peace to
feel-
the God. All praises due to Allah.
I feel a mix of thoughts and emotions. I was saying it earlier, man. I got peace and war, right? I'm in between the state of peace and war. You know, scientists recently said that they found a new dimension, not life or death.
Thanks.
Every time somebody asks me about grief, I realize that I haven't processed grief. When I look at the last words of my brother Marcellus Williams, and he says, all praise is due to Allah in all circumstances. It's one of the most powerful statements that one can make. And it's funny, I just tweeted the other day, all praise is due to Allah. That was just a tweet. That's what I had on my mind. Because it reminds yourself that you're connected to something higher, that you have, you're connected to a higher purpose. And an atheist was in the comments that it seemed, and they was asking to all religious folks, why didn't his belief save him? And I had to respond. His belief made him a giant. His belief allowed him to face death with his head up high, right? There's many people that can't face life with their head up high. He went, and you have to think about what it's like to know that you're gonna die. You're just waiting on that day, and to be innocent because they had evidence that should have exonerated him or at least stayed the execution. But to face that requires so much courage.
Yeah.
Right? Every single day. And instead of leaving with words of vanity, leaving with words of anger, he left inspiring the world, letting them know that no, my faith gave me life. Because one man can be in a cage, but he can still be free because heaven and hell are states of mind. And when you have a total and complete perfect belief in Allah, it allows you to be free because you have a belief within yourself and you realize that they may be able to chain the body, but not the spirit, not the mind. They may be able to kill my body, but not my mind and my spirit. Your spirit is the one that we get to take to be like, man, he was a soldier. He faced that. What am I to complain about life? What am I to complain about my battles? That man was going every single day. The world only recently just found out about this case in the last 48 hours, and I wish we would have heard, faster. And it's funny, when I first got it, you get so much information that it doesn't become pertinent to you at the moment. But I remember sending it to you, and I'm like, well, let's post this because certain things come, and it's like, nah.
Yeah, but
it's one of the ones.
I sat back and I actually had read through the case because this case happened in Missouri, and I'm from there and I know how corrupt the system is. And I know on the last episode of the Man to Man podcast, we was talking about influence versus power. And
influence
like you said,
versus force.
Force is power, the same.
No, but it's a reason that I want to say force.
But what my whole point of that was, like you said, when we received the post, it was in 48 hours. I put up a post and I gave them all the information to do the petition and do all that. Thousands of people showed up to his execution, and today they executed him tonight. And that just showed us like how much power force that they got over our influence.
Exactly.
And I was talking to one of my friends, Shorty, in the feds, and he got double digits football numbers, but he's coming home eventually. And I was just telling him, he was telling me like how happy he is when he got on the internet and he seen me and you and what the things that we was talking about, the content, the subject matter. And I was just he was like, bro, I remember when you was in jail telling me you was gonna get out and do this, and you actually did it. And I was just letting him know, like, I never lost my faith, even when I was in there. I was always believing that I was gonna come home. And I came home and everything I thought in my mind, I'm holding it in my hand. And I was telling him he gonna have another chance to do that too. But all praises due to Allah.
I was listening to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and one of my favorite speeches of his called The Mind of God.
Yeah.
you know, and he was breaking down what it means to have the mind of God. Like, let this mind be in you, right? You got those who want to disrupt the kingdom of heaven, meaning that for you to be able to exist in that state of freedom, justice, and equality, for you to live on this planet Earth, right, and operating within that higher self and living in the state of heaven, there's people that want to take that away from you. But as he was speaking on it in a warrior sense, he was explaining, he said, if you got a child, this child is outstanding, brilliant, amazing, right? Skillful, genius. Now, how would you treat that child? Would you give that child responsibility? Will you test that child? Will you take them through all of these different challenges?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Why? Because they have the brilliance, because they outstanding, because they can handle it. Now, if the child doesn't have much potential, right, and they not that great and they soft, you're not going to leave much to them. You're not going to put them on missions. This is why he say God gives his greatest battles to his greatest soldiers, because that's God having faith in you.
Yeah.
Right? And so then you have to realize, damn, what's so special about me that God take me through all of these challenges? Why does he believe in me that I can handle all these things? And there may be something about you that you haven't realized yet. And mostly it's your capability of handling that challenge, of going through it. So while I listened to that last statement of the good brother Marcellus, that's what that reminded me of. Because every soldier can't handle it with that type of grace. And I ain't never heard his voice. I don't know much about the brother at all, but the statement spoke volumes to his character.
Now, I like what you just said that the minister had said, right? Because I had seen a clip of DC Young Fly, and he spoke at recently spoke at Rich Homie Quan funeral, and his message was in the book of Jobs in the Bible, the book of Job, I want to say his name correctly. He was saying like he had everything in the world that he can, ever need. And, God took it all away from him. So now he started questioning like, why me? Why me? And God responded like, why not you?
Right.
Why not you? You gonna be the template to show everybody, I gave you the faith to overcome this. You gonna be the one to get that testimony. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's true.
Right. That goes to, but as we go back, right, because it's that shift of the season, right? September is a month of the most births happen. We was laughing about this earlier, right? But it is interesting because as we're talking about September, it's a time of reflection. It's a time of release, right? It's a time of letting things go and preparing. It's a time
of birth.
Yeah,
the ninth month.
harvesting wisdom. But within that same thing, life and death go hand in hand, right? This country is fighting for women's rights, right? For their ability to get rid of, right, what they do not want. I don't want to say the word. And at the same time, when the black man in America, we go through so much pain, so much struggle, so much hurt. We fight entire systems that was made to bring us down. They never want us birthing reality. They never want our mind fertile. They never want our bodies fertile. So they disrupt our body, disrupt our mind. They constantly show the worst of us instead of the best of us.
Yeah.
Right? Diddy, right? Damn, taking down the mogul. Marcellus Williams, damn, these brothers is fighting 50. Damn, why is there so much division? When we left, we got Idris Sandu creating new innovative smart tag technology. That don't go viral.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got all of these beautiful things that are happening, but they want to show the worst of us so that we believe that's who we are.
Yeah.
So when you are stuck in that state, in that hell, now you believe you can't do, because when we see failure, it lowers our testosterone, decreases our willfulness, right? It makes us seek stimulation instead of being focused on activating your gifts, right? Because if you were focused, the world would be yours overnight. When I see these things happen, when I see us, not having the power, somebody oppressing us, I see these systems working well oiled, that means there's something not working within us. It means there's something we not activating within us. That means that we not working together. That means that the only reason that system works is because you're not working as a system. That's the only way it can operate. Overnight. If there was one thing that black men on this planet Earth decided that was going to be the thing that they united on above all other problems, we could win. But we seeing brothers that doing so much for their community, like young Dolph, get killed for $100.
Yeah, a pump $800, and then by some people that didn't even know him, that didn't know him, you know. And Dolph even said, man, rule number 1, don't forget to get the money. Rule number 2, don't forget to get the money. These guys, real life, took an innocent man's life, and his kids got to see this video floating around the internet forever.
But look at all this news. Look at crazy. This news. Look, this is what we got. This is what they flood in a time where we're supposed to be thinking, where attention goes, energy flows. In a time where they know the portals is open. They know whatever we put our mind to manifest. This is what they throw at us.
Yeah.
And then we got these platforms, they so sick. You know, it's platforms out there, they want to attack me, right? Not for something that I've done. No, an opinion that they have.
Yeah. And those are clips that go viral. But they don't post about you doing good in the community or you being on invest. They ain't even post none of that investment.
Well, they don't even actually have anything factual.
They don't even, like I said, they don't even reach out to, you know what I'm saying, check the source. Get back to the
too much soy in their food or something. You know, I'm not, you know, and this is something wrong with all these so-called communities that niggas supposed to be a part of. You were part of the healers community and the conscious and the spiritual. No, I ain't part of none of that. I'm myself as I walk on this planet. You feel me? I always said I was a God. You feel me? I build my own communities. I don't want to be a part of none of that because all of it is toxic. You feel me? Because one person talking about he a healer, or you need to heal your damn self. They need to be some herbs for integrity. Need to be some herbs for courage. You feel me? Need to be some herbs for knowledge itself. And this is what you start to realize. Just because a brother has knowledge in one area doesn't mean he has character anywhere else. You feel me? And it's a sickness that permeates because all it is them having a lack of proper male role models in their life. Once we get to the root of it, you don't have a proper father figure who can tell you who you are so you know how to act and address as a man. When I speak to a man in his eyes and I speak to him, it's always completely different. Then you go on the internet and you start acting sassy. And I was laughing to myself, Steve. Oh, I'm gonna let you finish. I was laughing to myself the other day. I said, man, I remember when we had beef in the streets, right? People pull up, they didn't want to shoot at us for no reason a lot of time, right? And it'd be hot on the block. It'd be real dangerous outside. And I said, man, I gotta be grateful. Cause now the beef that I got is with vegans.
Hey, you know, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I had to talk to my partner Shorty again today. He was asking me my opinion.
Vegans and teachers.
Nah,
like,
for real. But for real, my partner Shorty, he was asking me my opinion on some he seen on the internet. And I was like, bro, when I be saying shit like that, I don't respond to it because I know one thing for sure, this generation created clout. Yeah. So I know if I respond to it, I'm just a pawn in their world.
And then the little brothers do that, and then they'll be like, let's go online and talk about it. Why?
Hey,
you just got no integrity. If I meet you in person and say, okay, anytime we got an issue or conflict, you can communicate to me. This is conflict resolution of how men deal with things. And then you say, yes, I apologize. I'm sorry, my bad. You know, respect. Let's dap it up.
Yeah, don't go and get on the internet and do
And then 2 weeks later, you're doing the same thing. That means you don't have no integrity. There's nothing to talk about.
Now, that means next time I got to smack.
That too.
Straight up.
You feel me?
Because I just told you, like, man to man. We had the sit down.
Yeah, we already passed that because now I can't even believe you.
Yeah.
Now you just a coward. Now you in my book as a little fly. It's just something to swat away. You don't even matter.
But at the same time, I'm so up in the cloud when it comes to shit like that I'm gonna do you a favor and just disregard it and slide it away because I ain't gaining nothing from that.
Nothing at all. Now, if I find a way to turn your hate into my profit, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
You feel me? Matter of fact, anytime you see somebody hating on me, right? You can go to any one of my shops and you can use a discount code. What's the discount code gonna be?
Vegan beef. And I just paused.
Use a discount code. Damn. Alchemy.
Yeah.
Now you gotta learn how to spell alchemy. That's on you. Right? Use a discount code alchemy on Goldwater sites or 19 Keys Crownz. Anytime you see some hating, go use alchemy and turn that into something positive for me.
Now, speaking of alchemy, right? I posted something today where I seen a clip of rapper T.I. and Boosie. They was at their son's video shoot. And they realized that the sons had firearms and women and drugs at the video shoot. And Boosie kicked the conversation off. He said, bro, why y'all got all these guns in this video? And you know, him and T.I. and them had to school their sons. Like, I don't support this shit.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it. I don't want to see y'all doing it. Rap about being in love.
Yeah.
Then his son responded that it ain't illegal to have a gun. He said it is illegal when you got drugs around the gun. It's a felony. You know what I'm saying? And I love the way they handled the situation, especially knowing T.I. Paz, who was arrested and sent to the feds for having multiple firearms, and Boosie was facing death row. Came home, changed his life.
When you got a father in your life.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It gets back to the same thing. Not having no fathers in their life.
Yeah.
So they turn into like these attention-seeking whores. You feel me? They attention-seeking hoes. That's what happened. You feel me? That's what this generation is. They prostitutes for clout. You feel me? That's all they want because they're seeking this significance that they haven't earned.
Yeah.
Right? And you ain't earned it because you ain't put no work in. You ain't developed yourself. You believe that you deserve more than the output of your work. How? Go tweak your formula. Actually get those results. You can't look at another man and be like, well, people have an appeal to him because he can speak well, he's charismatic, he has a background, there's something that's relatable to his character.
Yeah.
And then be like, no, that should be me. That envy and that jealousy is just weakness. And now you want a lion to turn around for a puppy to address your little bark. It makes no sense because when I think about how things would be handled when we were younger and how things have to be handled now, it's completely different, right? The internet streets is it's just dirty. And this is why I would rather just have a solid community of people that rock with you. So when the outside world comes, you don't listen.
Internet streets, man. I'm cool. Y'all can have that.
But as we were talking about it earlier, the goal is force that can match your influence.
Yeah.
Right? Because influence is okay. That's what's for your relationships, right? That comes from your status, right? That comes from a multitude of different things, right? That's soft power. Hard power is force, right? When you can utilize your assets, right? You can utilize political power, right? And things of that nature to force things to change, right? That's real power. And they have to be coupled together. But everybody's out here fighting for influence. No, my goal is force and power because God is force and power, right? But getting back to the brother Marcellus Williams for a second, man, I believe that his message is about to really spark so many people.
How so? How so?
Because when we look at the last words often of black men who die, they're not empowering. They're not. Most of the time it's can't breathe, right? Or they calling for their mothers and things of that nature. It's not empowering. It's weakening.
It's traumatizing.
This one was empowering. So it crystallizes his life to have a value, right? That he's going to be energizing other people's spirit to have faith. You feel me? So now his life is going to be reverberating over and over and over. All praise is due to Allah in all circumstances, no matter what you're going through. And this man is facing some of the most harrowing circumstances that you can ever go against. Imagine being an innocent man with DNA that can prove your innocence, right? And you living your life on death row.
And you got the victim's family fighting for you.
That's that warrior spirit.
Yeah.
So now if this ain't one of the ones you got your head down, it's like, no, I got you. You're right. All praise is due to Allah in all circumstances, right? Because that to me is telling black men how to live. You know what I mean? You're supposed to believe in yourself no matter what's going on. You feel me? I don't care what you're going through, and we going through a lot. So that means to the last day, you face death and you face life with your head up. And that's going to empower this generation to face it because at the end of the day, if you're a man that say you believe in God then ain't no man can take that away from you. A man can't take my life. That's a lie. All praise due to Allah, man. All right, I'm gonna face this. That's what he want me to do. Make sure my last words is something that can inspire and be written on the hearts of men as we face this devil as well, because we've been facing this system for 400+ years. You feel me? We've been facing this oppressor, and he just put that on the spirit. It reminds me, like, people don't like how I move when I go to certain places. When I went to the slave council and I'm doing the push-ups, because I ain't want to leave with that spirit like we victims. Like, no, we still powerful. If you believe in God, then it ain't nobody you call on in that moment but God.
Yeah. I mean, black people, you know, we the real template to show when it comes to being resilient and showing people how to overcome things. You can only look at the black race for that inspiration anyway.
100%.
1,000%. You feel me?
But it also reminds me of, like, man, and this is what I seen. That's my brother Stephen A. Jackson. He was beefing with Kwame Brown, and he said, in the spirit of conflict resolution, let me apologize. Right? Now, if you don't know, him and Kwame Brown, right, had a lot of back and forth, but went disrespectful. And he was like, man, I'm seeing all these people piecing it up. Let me do my piece. Yeah. And then Kwame responded, right? Like, yeah, I appreciate that and I accept that and we can move forward. And he like, matter of fact, I know I was disrespectful in the way I got back at you. You know what I mean? And I apologize as well. That's real man. If you ain't that type of man, I don't even want to know you. You feel me? We can have our disagreements.
Now don't get it twisted.
But if we can't come back and build.
No, we don't even gotta come back and build. If we had our disagreements and I see you in public and we gonna have that talk 1,000%.
Oh, for sure.
You never gonna be in the same vicinity with me and I ain't finna bounce up on you. I just did that to somebody in Atlanta. We gonna have this uncomfortable conversation.
No, that's
we can get to it.
No, 100%.
We can get to it, but we ain't gotta build out of that. But the door can be open for building too, though.
Yeah,
it's not mandatory.
You know, on a high level, right? Like on my you know, civilized king level, you feel me? That's what Sumerian means. It's the land of the civilized kings. We ain't Sumerian no more. You feel me? We the land of the uncivilized kings. We savages. So yeah, when we greet each other, we speak to each other, especially when it's disrespect. But it's crazy because so many men have fallen for pride. You feel me? Just because of their pride and their ego, just won't allow them to just speak to each other. So now they got to go at each other because most of the time we ain't thinking from here. Well, we let knowledge sort it out, right? I talked about that with the brother D1, that knowledge prevents wars because you can think of a way to solve your problem. But so you know when men are being emotional, when they ain't letting their intellect rule, right? So now they got to go to war with each other because now their feelings are hurt because they can't speak to each other. So if you really on that God counsel, it's like, yeah, I speak with you, right? But then when you also understand that there's rules to life, you can't just go about disrespecting people and thinking that, oh, we just gonna have a conversation next time I see you. Like, no, because you have to learn a lesson as well. Because obviously you hard-headed. Obviously, you feel me? That's what gets you in trouble. But playing with people's name, that's dangerous for them.
And it's crazy that you said that because I was having this talk with somebody like yesterday. And I was like, man, like I was just reflecting back on all of the shit from the past that I was into. And I could tell like as the years went on, I actually evolved into not moving off my emotions. Cause a lot of people, they went left with me. And I let them know out the gate. Yeah, I feel some type of way. And some, you know, I used to feel like retaliation was a must. And it was going to get done. But as I got older, I realized a lot of that shit was stupid. And it could have been a conversation that avoided.
Remember that time you wrote one of your enemies a letter?
I did. But when you say enemy, right, be clear to tell the people this was a family member.
No. I ain't talking about bro from the street.
Nah.
Remember that time you lost and you talking about how you felt about it?
But I did write my one of my cousins a letter. Cause you know what I'm saying? At the time,
what
it was a tactic in the war. Me and my cousin was into it bad. Like $20,000 situation. We was into it bad. We ran off.
You talking about at the time he was in high school?
Nah, this was like 2018.
No, I'm saying you was grown, but he was in high school. He was in high school.
Older than me. But we was like into it to the point riding around the city looking for each other. Like he tried to put money on my head.
Man, y'all know who each other be. Y'all wasn't trying to find each other.
But this the thing though. That's why I had to let him know.
You know what emos he go to. You feel me? What China
This the
shop he
thing,
gonna
though.
be at? Where he get high at?
But this one,
Where he navigate?
I'm
Where
glad
he
that you
sleep
said
on?
all this shit, though.
Where
Right?
he lay his head? Who your other cousin is? Where his friends at? Where he trap at? You feel me? Where he at on,
absolutely
on the
right.
east side? You feel me?
And this where my knowledge kicked in there. My logic kicked in there. Because if I would have did anything stupid, emotional, I'd have been stupid ass in jail.
You know, I joke,
I get it. We joking, but this, I'm glad
that
you said that so I can let them know. I didn't react off of my emotions and how I felt. When the money was put on my head, the guys who he pulled up on called my phone. They say, what you want us to do to him? I say, hey, stay out of there. That's family business. I could have been like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Do that right now. I'm not gonna do him like that because I know he tripping right now, and I know I'm tripping. He got me fucked up right now. But at the end of the day, this is my bloodline.
And the streets be so cold because it'll never be the streets and the internet. Because the internet is the new streets. It'll never be about nothing.
It ain't about, bro. 6 years later, I just got off the phone with the nigga yesterday. We was into it. Hey, I talked to
people
him.
be beefing with me simply because
we good now.
People beef with me simply because they not me. That's it. That's the only thing I've ever figured out.
Yeah.
They wish they was 19 keys. That's it. They want the position. They want the grand looks.
They want the braids.
They want the charisma. They want the. Is it the braids?
Is it the braids?
Listen. Sometimes God just don't give you everything.
Oh my God.
You feel me? I wasn't born with no wealth. You feel me? These are my resources. I didn't give you that. You know what I mean? Listen, and I can understand. And a lot of times it's because women find me attractive. I think that's what it be. I think that's really what it is. It's just because women find me attractive, they be so mad.
I'm not finna like continue guilt on that conversation. You know what I'm saying? But I can't say no.
People out there,
no. What it be is the
but I get tired of black men, man, be hating so much. It's like, man, that sickness got to get out of our system, man. It got to be rooted out. You know what I mean? It's like a pops tell you, like, man, you know, he always on this killer time. So, but that's also how I really feel, though. Like, as much as, you know, I own peace, conflict resolution, I also really be like, man, you know.
I'm at a point in my life where I give everybody grace. I feel like shit, like I know better, and you might not know better. You don't even know who you talking to right now. That's just how I be feeling.
But I look at it like this, because especially when you're not the aggressor, especially when you when you're doing good.
Yeah.
You feel me? You're doing good for your community, for the world, for your family. And there's a lot of unseen work and pressure that comes along with that. So somebody that should be on my side is the one, you feel me, that's hating. Man, that's a sickness. And if we had a community where we rooted out that type of behavior instead of rooted for it, you feel me, then we could grow more in this culture. But it's so much clout. People want to exchange this, that, and the third. So anytime any one of my brothers beefing, I call both of them. Brothers I know, huge platforms. You feel me? Be dissing each other on the low. I call each one of them, and we get that soft.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be. You feel me?
And it's okay to have a disagreement too.
Yeah.
However, you can't be disrespectful with it, and you can't go on spreading no lies and all this.
Or just say your opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you just going about your opinion, and it's like, if your business can't grow without trying to bring somebody else's down, then your business ain't shit.
But man, in a lighter note, because I know I don't want to, people always tell me, oh, this is a low-level conversation. First of all, this is the man.
No, everything we talk about high level. This stuff needs to be discussed.
So, but on a lighter note, right, let's get into tech right quick.
Okay. So what's the tech segment? I was very professional, you my brother. I was very
for real though. For real. But I seen Snoop Dogg dropped a new music video, and the entire video was created through Mid-Journey, AI, using AI.
Oh,
and I tell you, this was the dopest video that I've seen in a long time. And I want to ask you this. Do you feel like AI videos will be the new wave, or do you feel like, nah, we gonna have to stay creative and let the humans handle this? Because this video looked better than any video I done seen in a while, like I said.
Well, here's the thing. AI ain't make it by itself. There was an operator who used the AI. And it's funny, I just seen the comment, like, I was with Keys till he started pushing, you know what I mean, technology and AI and crypto on us. And it shows you that thought process right there is the sickness. A black man can't even educate you, or you start to hate him. Sam Altman is building $1 trillion company a football field worth of energy batteries for a quantum supercomputer. I can't push AI. That man was raising $100 billion for his machines. Microsoft got $1 billion AI machines. Meta is doing an announcement today for their AI. I can't push AI. I ain't got a single check for it. You feel me? They ain't calling me to go push nothing. I'm trying to enlighten and educate you, but we so fearful of learning and being educated that we make those who try to teach us the enemy. It's really a sickness because I want to see my family with some money and some wealth. I don't want to see us behind a goddamn 8-ball. We supposed to be taking that technology and having clean technology that works for us. So hell yeah, I want you to get them skill sets.
Facts.
Hell yeah, I want you to have that mindset. Hell yeah, because I know somebody that don't have the knowledge and they about to go rob somebody. They about to go sell this or they about to go scam somebody. They about to go do something not knowing that there's an option, right? That they could have learned. And now they might not come over here to Keys and learn because you didn't hate it because you mad that I'm trying to educate us into a better position.
But how about this,
But I'm
though?
a futurist, so I'm a rock with technology.
Look, but how about this, though? I ain't know shit about technology, how to work AI, nothing. But by me being in the rooms around you and people like Earn Your Leisure and all that, I was soaking up the game. I had got access to the high level conversation page. It had like 48,000 followers. Now we at like 100,000, over 100,000. And I've been using AI to run this page, help me make the thumbnails, the captions.
And you made thousands of dollars with it. You put on your own art show. You didn't use it for this book. But I'm sure you're going to use it to help edit within the next book, to do the research.
But I did so much with AI to the point where I'm so blessed to learn it.
It allowed you to have skills that you don't have an education for, right? Because now you have the ability to manage the AI that has these skill sets.
Yeah.
So now you can do something a little bit out of your depth. So now you became a full-time media, right? Content aggregate, being able to create the content, spin out the news. You 100% proficient in the ability to be able to use Canva to run a high-level brand. That's a six-figure, you know what I mean? That's a six-figure skill set. Yeah. Like I can show people how to run. There's so much I can show you if you would only have the humility to learn. Yeah. And these fools, if they will learn how to listen, I can help take that within your business and increase your efficiency.
On top of that, right?
You wouldn't even have to head it on me if you just learned.
Look, and on top of that, right? I'm not the only one using AI. All these other companies using AI. So I'm not competing with you. I'm competing with
all black people should be using AI technology. Now you don't become a slave of it, just like social media, right? Social media uses AI. Your phone uses AI. You feel me? Everything that you're doing, it is embedded in the back end of, right? So the goal is to become a master of the world that you're living in.
Yeah.
But also the goal is, you know, as men, we're supposed to be in nature as well. We're supposed to have that spiritual power as well. This is why we teach all of these at once. See, when somebody come at you, they never come at the full picture, right? They be like, oh, I don't like this product he's selling, but they never mention other things on purpose because they know if they paint the full picture, then a person gonna be like, what the hell wrong with you? Right? Or you don't like that he teaching financial literacy. You don't like that he educating people. You don't like that they having global tours.
You don't like that he telling you a God.
You don't like they telling you a God. You feel me? You don't like that the products that they sell are all beneficial to the people that consume them because our goal is becoming producers. You don't like the fact that we push a manufacturing so that we can be at the root of economics. You don't like the fact that we empowering people all across the planet Earth to be able to build wealth and to focus on their wellness, to decrease the numbers that's happening.
You don't like the way we trying to build a new culture?
We elevating the game right now. If you against that, you against yourself. And that makes you an enemy of God. Because when I'm doing good work, I'm only doing it because that's God's will. Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say, you ain't even got to understand God, just follow him.
Now, other puzzling news. I want to break the news that, you know, after years of rising numbers and deaths when it comes to overdoses and drugs in America, matter of fact, around the world, overdose have dropped 12%, which means less people are dying from overdose and using these drugs.
And young people are drinking less alcohols.
That's great. I seen, they got bars out now where they don't even serve alcohol. It's just a social spot for people to pull up and get you some juice now, you know?
Now, I would love to create one of those. Would y'all like to go, if we created a spot where it's a non-alcoholic bar, just for you to be in a social environment, get the vibes. Because one thing I can tell you about when I used to go to like lounges, sit at the bar, I used to do a lot of work at the bar because it's something about being in a social environment that sparks my creative thinking. You feel me? Being outside your normal environment, going into different places, it gave me different inspirations, and I want to capture that real quick. So I end up like designing me some shirts or having me a thought and I capture it. So being in like these social environments are necessary because I don't think you should just be contained to your home whatsoever. But we haven't created a replacement culture for the one that we're trying to get rid of. So it's like, okay, we think that you going to spending all your money to try to impress somebody, you feel me, overpriced on liquor is not a good thing. But we think that you being in social environments to where you can connect with people is good because anytime we went out, we made all the connections. And those connections became fruitful. But if we didn't go out and make those connections and meet the people where they was at, then we couldn't extract the value. So we need to have a culture, a replacement culture that curates, right, different sort of events so that number one, we make this the more appealing culture. You feel me? Like, it gotta be vibes. And it gotta be women there too, not just a bunch of dudes drinking juice. Right?
Now, how about this? We was talking about young Dolph earlier. And I know we give a lot of gripe when it comes to the justice center and whatnot. However, it's still guys out here committing crimes and we know they guilty as hell, right? But on the flip side, in the Netherlands, they shutting down prisons because crime have dropped so low. They ain't even got nobody to lock up. Nobody committing crime. When black men and black women gonna stop committing crime so they can start shutting these prisons down? They ain't even got the system no more.
It's gonna happen when we learn how to work with each other. We learn how to build with each other. We learn how to stop hating on each other. We learn how to come together for a common cause and an agenda. You feel me? But as long as we utilizing the platforms to break each other down, you feel me, to go at each other, you feel me, to hate on each other, to gossip on each other, to have these indifferent opinions about each other and things of that nature, ain't nothing gonna stop. We gotta have a belief. We gotta have some of the same faith and belief. We gotta rock with the same agenda. You feel me? Because as you can see, like, I ain't hear Kamala or Biden say anything about Marcellus Williams, right? This is under a democratic system. Everything that's going on in Lebanon and what they doing with the war and how they crashing out on all those people, man, you don't think that's gonna come to your door, friend? Ain't nobody coming to save you. So if we don't operate as brethren, you feel me? If we don't operate with a code, because there always used to be a code for the street. As a matter of fact, we're going to put out an oath and a code. You feel me? So we know that we can be brothers with you if you take the oath and the code. You feel me? But otherwise, how can you trust them? Because we can look alike. That don't mean we think alike. That don't mean we value the same things. So I think there got to be an oath and a code. The old codes don't work no more.
Now, this perfect that you said that, because this is my last topic before we end it out tonight, because we gotta cut it short a little bit tonight.
Oh, we got the sound healing.
But check this out, right? It's a quote by Muhammad Ali. He say, "The man who views the world at 50 the same as he did when he was 20, he wasted 30 years of his life." Now, the reason that I brought this quote up, you know, I'm a super Future fanatic. I love listening to Super Pluto, man. My dog Future just dropped a CD last week. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, you know, I usually don't do no Future slander, but I'm at a point in my life now, was like, man, I've been rocking with you since the beginning. And for you to drop an album and you still talking about the same shit from when you first started, I want to hear how you evolved a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying, what's really going on in your head. I don't want to become Future when I'm 41 still rapping about the shit that I was doing at 20 in the club. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even want to still go to the club with this new generation. For real, you know what I'm saying? It's time for y'all. I know y'all number one and y'all got the attention and the views, but man, do some different shit, man. I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of it now. And I thought I would never say this because I was expecting something different.
Man, I'm glad you done crossed over.
No, I ain't gonna say I crossed over, but
throw that Lupe on.
No, I ain't gonna listen to no fuck. I'm gonna throw the Future in over the Lupe any day. I ain't gonna even cap you down. No offense to Lupe.
It's real. You was playing that record and I'm listening to it and I called it and he was like, what'd he say? I'm back riding with Satan.
Yeah. I say, man, you tripping, Future.
And then on the one song, he talking about on one end, he like, yeah, like you said, his homie done died from this. He say, I would tell him, but
the pills help him kill.
The pills help him kill.
Yeah.
I'm
Now
like,
that song right there, I was mad at Future. That's the only reason I brought it up. That was the song that sparked this conversation because in this song he was talking about he lost his homie to fentanyl. Friend died over overdosing. And he turned around and said, when I got the news, it made me want to relapse and take again. So I got pills in my body to make me cry for you. So you just lost a friend to a drug overdose, and then you gonna send a message out, oh, go take more drugs? It's hypocritical like the rest of these rappers who be trying to say they Muslim now. And then they out here doing the whole opposite, still beefing and arguing on the internet doing stupid shit. Y'all sending hypocritical messages to our young black man. It don't even make sense.
yeah, I agree with that. We got to start having different standards for it now, man. It's just a time of separation. You feel me? It's like, I think, a high level culture is what we need. Something that's more advanced that we can say we a part of. So anybody can be a part of the culture. Whatever. I don't really mean that. That's the lowest standard on the planet. But a high level culture, right? Where there's rules, there's order. We civilized kings. You feel me? In the way that we move and we operate, we know how to speak to each other. We eat right? We are in tune with nature and the universe, right? We know how to think. We know how to clarify thought. We know how to communicate ourselves. We work out. We build with each other. You feel me? We test it. We go through the fortitude. We trained. You feel me? We know how to research. You know how to write.
Yeah.
Like, we fully developed human beings emotionally, spiritually, mentally, right? And financially. And for me, if that ain't the culture to where we can look at each man and be like, do you have these requirements? You feel me? Because at the end of the day, we got to start having standards for it. Otherwise, we got to be like, all right, listen, you just not one of them. You not high level in yourself. So therefore, I can't participate in supporting you, right? I can't have your back. I can't do none of that. I ain't saying you got to be perfect, but we all got to be striving towards the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I heard that you had a topic on Wayne, man. What's on your mind about Wayne, man?
That was just a hip hop conversation on whether Wayne had a better run than Future or Future had a better run than Wayne.
I feel like, see, now both of them, that's a touchy situation because even though they both had a run, their impact was negative.
Like,
both of them, Wayne made you niggas want to be gay gangbangers, and Future make y'all want to be womenizers and drug addicts. If I could like simplify it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say Future got a better run because, like you said, he ain't pushing that other agenda. So I gotta say that. I gotta choose that one over Wayne.
but what about when we talking about the run? So he got like 8. I guess it really can't get to a point where you can really classify. New age, yeah, Future got it. He got this generation. Wayne don't have this generation. Nostalgically, people love Wayne, mixtape Wayne and all of that.
Yeah.
But he ain't really did nothing for us lately.
Yeah.
Not as far
and
as
then
vibes.
another reason I'm gonna choose Future over there. When it comes to any black issues and shit, Wayne, he don't speak on social issues. He actually try to separate himself from it.
Oh yeah.
So I can't never just get on this platform and be like, yeah, it's Wayne. Fuck no.
Well, he had that one good song, No Quitter. That was the most motivational song he had. I like hustler music being a vibe, but nah, Wayne's career ain't never been nowhere near as inspiring.
Like you got at least out of your whole career, you ain't doing no black activism, like for real, and we support you the most.
It's the worst because he got help from Jay-Z, then went on there and cried about Jay-Z decisions. You feel me? And then he got messed up out of his money, you feel me, from Baby the whole time when he was talking about how many people he had killed if they ever played with his money. You feel me? But Baby did
think Wayne is, I'm gonna put him in the same boat as like T.I. and Boosie's sons. They ain't grow up in the streets.
Yeah.
We knew Wayne since he was 12, 14 years old.
Body that's actually gangster.
We know he's not a gangster. The nigga can rap.
No, yeah.
We never looked at him like he was. Even our generation, we knew he wasn't real blood, bro. We used to question it.
Thought he was.
Man, you used to want to be him and Joel Santana.
Remember you got them dreads that time?
I never had dreads in my life.
You had the little, they never became dreads. They was like little twisties. They never became dreads, but you tried. Yo, your voice would even be a little deep.
So when we was in,
that's why you call yourself Lil Steve, because of Lil Wayne.
So when we was in college, You ain't have your red rag hanging out your pocket talking about something up in the studio. Me and my drink. That was your favorite song.
That wasn't my favorite song.
Man, stop
Not
it.
in college. It was I'm Single.
Look, he was a Wayne fanatic.
I was never a Wayne fanatic. It was, if anything, it was my older brother that had me doing that.
See what I'm saying?
Let's be honest.
He thought he was Joel.
It was my older brother. I was really getting that style from, you feel me? And as he was moving, I was moving like him. You feel me? So yeah,
me growing up, everybody would tell you out of the hot boy, I was juvenile. I was on juvenile way. I liked the country shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Juvenile was the best.
Y'all look alike. I can see that's why you had the goals. Y'all definitely look alike when you had the goals. That's for
I'm thinking about getting my goals back too. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Well, do what you gotta do, black man.
Yeah.
You feel me? I ain't mad at you. As long as you sipping on some gold.
Only because Mansa Musa about to drop too. They finally shooting.
Hey, listen, I gotta get in that film somehow. I gotta figure out how I can break and finesse into this film industry. All right? It's gonna happen. Now, I gotta weigh in, you feel me? I gotta make the little tape you gotta do and everything. But I gotta get into the film industry. But I wanna start at the top. I don't wanna start at the bottom. I wanna start at the top. I want a heavy role. But I gotta prove that I'm really good at it. Because a lot of people have approached me for it. And I think I should play Hannibal Barker. I think I'd be perfect for the role. I think authenticity is the highest frequency on the planet Earth. I think when we try to be something that we not before we actually become it, it can send a false signal to people because they be believing that they have to be this perfect. And when they not behind the scenes, they feel all of this shame and they feel all of this pain. Right. How come I can't be perfect? Like, I ain't nowhere near. You feel me? But I have that ability to continue to strive and continue to grow. One thing I do know about myself, I have 100,000% belief and confidence within myself.
Right? I remember doing that shit one time on this show. I mean, it wasn't even a man-to-man. It was one of the war rooms. And I tried to come in super professional for the platform. I was talking like a white guy.
I hated
that. I looked at that interview.
You actually came a long way. You done got a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
You done cut out that little white voice like Kanye West for them interviews. So what do we think about the political landscape? Bro.
That was me when I first came home, getting familiar with the platform. I'm like, oh, this shit is professional.
Bro, that used to hurt my soul. And shit. Man, I used to hate that. I'm like, the whole point.
Y'all know I ain't got no media etiquette training. I learned everything on the go.
Too hard.
So now y'all just get me real right. But I do be like going to check out like videos and like how to talk and curate and do the segue. So each episode, I do feel like I've been getting a lot better. Actually,
no, you've been getting better. I give you your flowers. I give you the praise, man, because it's funny. You know when a person gets better when it's just one day you have an epiphany. You don't even think about how bad they used to be because you used to be terrible.
I know
co-host ever, right? I used to get a pit in my stomach. I just wanted to reach over and just. Speak like a man. No, but you done got really good. Your ability to articulate yourself, your ability to actually go into segues in like an organic and natural way versus it feel like a chat GPT. You feel me? It's not robotic. It's smooth. You feel me? So, yes, sir. I appreciate you for evolution, my brother. So, now that has been your man-to-man show. You feel me? Listen, man, if a person ain't speaking to you man-to-man, being able to utilize their intellect and their knowledge to solve a problem that they have between you, they being emotional, right? They come in to a masculine and they bring in a feminine, right? And we ain't dealing with that. In this era, we need men to be masculine. We need us to be intellectual and we need to solve our own problems. There's many wars that's going on. There's a time for the warriors. There's a time for the peacemakers. Right now, it's a time for the warriors. And we need to fight for our peace. We need to go to war for our peace. Because they're at war with us. Peace.
Peace. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Welcome to the Man to Man podcast. We talk like God.
Man to Man.
When do you feel you're at your highest self?
I feel like I'm at my highest self when I've been consistent. All of my personal training, working out, properly, taking care of nutrition, reading and, keeping up with, your own mental growth.
Starting my mornings with meditating. When I go on a juice cleanse and I just have all of this energy, also saying my affirmations every day, that's what keeps me easygoing and elliptic.
I feel like I'm at my highest self when I'm in my flow. And that means doing things from a place of creativity and passion. Make sure that I always journal every day and that I have at least 3 things that I'm grateful for that have nothing to do with my accomplishments.
This is
the High Level Club.
Are we low level or high level?